telling you, I counted it was like 1,200 miles
on the bike
in about 48 hours.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Yeah.
Down to Memphis, then we flew to Salt Lake.
Down to Memphis, back to St. Louis to Utah, back to St. Louis to Chicago.
Back to St. Louis.
Back to St. Louis, yeah.
And you got all your workouts in.
I got fucking everything done.
And stayed on 75 hard.
Stayed on, man. It's been fun. Listen, it was fucking tough, man. I was crying fucking Saturday, well, technically Sunday morning, like 2 o'clock in the morning, doing fucking circles around a Motel 6.
Yeah.
To get my outdoor cardio in. And one of the Motel 6, yes, I had to stay in a Motel 6. It's fine. It was actually nice, though. It wasn't terrible. The little security guard, he's like, are you okay? He's like, bro, I'm moving. You know what I'm saying? I'm like trying to get this shit done. Yeah, 45 minutes to 45 minutes. He's like, are you okay? I'm like, yeah, getting my outdoor workout in. He's like, oh, all right. Like he was like nervous a little bit. Yeah. I'm like, no, it's fine. You know, I'm not gonna rob you. No. It's all right. But yeah, bro, got it in, man.
Well, dude, I'm proud of you, man. That's fucking badass.
It's been tough. I know.
I bet you feel good about that, though.
I do.
You sore today?
I'm fucking exhausted.
Yeah.
Like my body's exhausted, but like I mean, it's day 28, so I mean, it's like it's about that time. Yeah. Right. So I mean, I'll be cruising here in a minute. You know, keep it moving. I know this though. Fucking Keaton's driveway. Never again.
Bro.
No, never again.
Look, when we rolled up to his house, so we went up to Utah to do a speaking event with Rob Bailey and Keaton, the Muscle. You guys know who Keaton is, from Diesel Brothers. Mm-hmm. Okay, and we were up there, you know, contributing to their event, which to me those events are meaningful because you get a chance to really pour into some people who are willing to take the step to move forward. And I wanted to contribute to that. They wanted me to contribute to that, so we made a trip up there. It was a good time, great event. Had a fucking blast. Had a really good time hanging out with the boys. Because I don't get to do that very often. But I can tell you this. That driveway that motherfucker has, that's a different level of steep.
Yeah.
And, like, long.
Bro.
And, like, the first thing I said, and by the way, Keaton looks awesome, dude. He's been training hard. He looks fucking great. But I'm like, bro, if you just did your cardio on that driveway, do you know what the fuck you would look like?
Bro. You know, here's the thing that pisses me off, okay, about 75 hard, all right? It's a fucking great thing, but it really bothers me, man, okay? Is when you have a conversation in your head and you have a fucking thought, the very second you're like, no, I'm gonna do that, like, now I'm a bitch, right? Like, oh my fucking God, it happened, so like, I got out, I'm like, all right, I gotta do cardio. I looked at this fucking hill, I'm like, all right, maybe I just walk around the actual house.
Yeah.
And then it was like, immediately, nope, you're a little fucking bitch.
Yeah.
Like, fuck. I'm like, all right. So I start going down the fucking hill. And like halfway down the hill, I'm like, fuck, I gotta come back up this motherfucker. And then again, it was like, oh, you little bitch. I'm like, fuck. So I got all the way down there. I'm like, all right, time to go back up. I'm like, maybe I'll just go up halfway and then just come back down and I'll just keep going the halfway.
Yeah.
No, you're a little bitch.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So I'm like, fuck, do the whole thing. I'm like, all right, now can we just go around the house? Like, bro, it's these instant fucking like little arguments with yourself.
Well, that's the whole entire
But it's powerful shit, man.
That's the whole entire point. If you think back to all the times in your life, and I'm not just talking to you, I'm talking to everybody.
Yeah.
And you think about the little conversations that really we have with ourselves on a daily basis of justifying the easier path. If you can just conquer that conversation in your mind, you're living a completely different life.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
And that's really where the source of all your frustration, all your, regret, that I didn't do this or didn't become this sooner or didn't, that's all because we're not aware. First of all, most people aren't aware of the conversation happening. It's just, they think, and this is how I thought it too, I'm just weak. And it's not weakness, dude. It's that you are letting yourself, who is the best salesman that you could ever know, is yourself. You know exactly what to say to get you to do the thing. Okay, it's easy. And you can figure out and tell a story, and you can wind your way through the most
pausing workout,
ridiculous connection of dots to come to the conclusion that you should be fucking lazy.
Resuming workout.
And we're so good at doing that, we think we're weak, but the reality is we're unaware. And when you become aware of the bitch voice in your brain that tells you to take the easy road, and then you become aware that you've been following the directions of the weakest parts of you for years and years and years, it should be a very welcomed realization that, holy shit, I've just been following the directions of the wrong parts of me.
Right.
And when you start listening to the strong parts of you, the parts of you that when you sit at home after a long ass day, and the last thing that you want to do is get outside and do your outdoor cardio, and you're able to say, hey, no, fuck that, I'm going and doing it right now. Now you're in control. Now you're living a completely different life. Yeah. And if you can teach yourself to listen to that voice more and more and more and more, now you're winning. Yeah. You're becoming who it is you are. You're becoming that badass motherfucking version of yourself that we all have, that is within our heart, that we're all afraid to tell people about because we're going to get fucking laughed at. Okay? And you and your job is to listen to the strong version of you so that you can pull that part of you out and actually become it in real life. Yeah. That is the whole game. So people want to dissect this in many different ways and overthink it, but the truth of it is it's simple. It's simple. Once you become aware of these two voices and you get to a point where you're so dissatisfied with the current life that you live, and you're able to listen to the voice that's telling you to do the things that you know you want to do so that you can become who it is you want to become, now you're fucking doing something. And it's a huge thing, man. And so like that, what you're talking about, that's really the whole game.
Yeah. No, dude, it's powerful shit, man. I was thinking about this the other night, too. Saturday night, Sunday morning, or whatever. But it's like, you know, this book that I'm on right now, Breaking the Habit of Being Yourself. Joe Dispenza, he talks about it in there, though, like, these conversations, how I'm processing them internally, is that, you know, I gotta start thinking about what this new fit, badass DJ does and not what the current DJ does.
That's right.
Right? And so the badass fit version of DJ go fucking gets his fucking 75 hard outdoor workout in at fucking 3 a.m.
That's right.
That's what that guy does, right?
That's right.
And so it's a whole new perception change, bro. But like, I mean, I'm on it. You know what I'm saying?
See, now you're figuring it the fuck out.
Yeah.
This is where people permanently change. You know what I'm saying? Once you start to become aware, like you may go back to the lazy you once in a while.
Sure. Yeah.
But now that you're aware of it, you can't become unaware.
Right.
It's like once you see the shit that's going on in the world, and once you kind of break free from the propaganda, you can't unsee it.
Right.
Like, you can't go back.
Right.
Like, I can't go back to pretending that all these people in power have our best interests in mind.
Exactly.
When I've seen that they don't.
Exactly.
I can't do it. And neither can anyone. And so when you realize that you've just been listening to the weakest part of yourself, and that you actually have this stronger, better, more badass, inspirational human inside of you, and you start to become that, bro, you don't go back. You don't go back. And a lot of people just don't understand that this is a mental war that we're all fighting. And the way to win it is through awareness and execution and force. Okay? Because the first 25 days of this program are going to kick your fucking ass. Your feet are going to hurt.
I knew it was coming.
Yeah, your feet are going to hurt like worse than they've ever hurt. Your legs are going to hurt. You're going to go out every day, the first 10 minutes of your workout, you're going to be like, fuck, this fucking sucks. And then you're going to get done, you're going to be like, fucking right. And that builds the confidence. That builds the belief. That builds the grit day by day by day. And when you do that long enough, your whole entire life changes.
Yeah.
And for those of you that don't know what we're talking about the Live Hard program, which you can get for free at episode 208. If you go back, this is a free fucking program. I'm not selling you a motherfucking thing. I just want you to be better. Go to episode 208, listen to the entire episode. It'll explain the whole thing that we're talking about.
Yeah, my favorite thing is I can drink these unmentionable drinks while I'm on the program. It's great.
You can't talk about those drinks on the show because that would be an ad, and we don't run ads on the show.
No.
But if we were to run ads, we would certainly talk about these amazing first 4 minutes.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah,
absolutely. That'd be the first thing to talk about.
Yeah, but we don't run ads. Yeah, so we can't talk about how amazing they are and how good they taste and how good they make you feel.
It's pretty good.
Yeah.
Too
bad we can't talk about it. All right, let's do the show, man. These people tune in to hear about the fucking fuckery.
Yeah, let's get it.
Let's talk about the fuckery.
Let's fucking get it, guys. Right. Remember, if you guys want to see any of these articles, pictures, links, videos, go to andyfrisella.com. You can find them there. We link them all on the website. And we're actually getting something coming over right now. Guys, we got breaking news.
breaking news.
It's been a minute. It has been a minute.
It has been a minute since we had breaking news. I forgot my part. My bad. See that? I'm only perfect most of the time.
A breaking news headline reads, Kanye West shocks in White Lives Matter t-shirt during surprise Yeezy fashion show and is joined by Candace Owens, who recently called his ex Kim Kardashian a prostitute. Listen, Daily Mail headlines, bro, they're very interesting. But let's dive into this. So Kanye West made a statement at a surprise Yeezy fashion show today when the show was recorded, wearing a black sweatshirt with the slogan White Lives Matter written across it. Fashion models in the rapper's show also wore clothing with the message written across it, a response to the Black Lives Matter movement that was founded in 2013 following the fatal shooting of Trayvon Martin by George Zimmerman. Also posing with West, 43, was the right-wing commentator Candace Owens, who beamed while wearing a complimentary version of the White Lives Matter t-shirt. He says in the statement, he says, quote, "I am Ye, and everyone here knows that I am the leader," West, who's 43, said at the event while referencing his new legal name, adding, "You can't manage me." It's not the first time that Ye has stoked controversy surrounding race after saying in 2018 that he thought 400 years of slavery was a choice. According to page 6, West gave a speech to the crowd while wearing the garment and referenced his ex-wife Kim Kardashian's Paris robbery in 2016, where she was held at gunpoint. He also, as well as his fallout with the clothing giant Gap. Here's a picture of Ye in the t-shirt. He's here with Candace Owens. What do we got?
I don't know. What do you got?
I say, where the fuck can I order one? I mean, I know they'll probably be like $400, but
I mean, look, dude.
It's a statement for sure. And I think that's how this guy moves.
What's the statement?
Well, I think it's challenging the fucking what is perceived as the status quo, right? I think I think it's actually pretty fucking powerful. I mean, this is not like a
Time, 14 minutes, 7 seconds. Distance, 1 mile. Average pace, 14.06 per mile.
a new thing for him. You know what I'm saying? This guy sets the fucking... He challenges status quo all the time. Now, it's powerful messaging. He sheds light on things that nobody wants to fucking talk about. And he talks about the hypocrisies that seem to be jammed down everybody's fucking throat. So, I mean, I'm down with it.
Look, dude. Regardless, okay? Yes, no, maybe so, whatever, okay? I like Kanye. Because Kanye fucking does what the fuck he stands for. He believes in what he does, and he's openly, unapologetically him. I appreciate that. I think more people should be that way. And if more people were that way, regardless of what they had to say, the media and these people propagating us at every turn would have less control. So that's my take on it. As far as the actual issue, white lives matter, black lives matter, I think the discussion of race is fucking ridiculous. I've always been taught and always grown up believing that we are all the same. We have the same, red blood that
Pausing workout.
flows in our fucking veins. We may have different cultures, we may have different backgrounds, but that's what makes this country great.
Resuming workout.
To be completely honest, I'm so fucking tired of the divisive nature of the conversation that, I really just don't want to participate in it anymore. You know what I'm saying? Martin Luther King
Pausing workout.
had it right, bro. He got it right. There's no need to rehash the shit over and over
Resuming workout.
and over again. And by us rehashing it over and over and over again, we're playing into their narrative, which is
Keep it
division.
alive. Yeah.
That's correct.
Yeah.
And so, I don't buy into it one way or the other. Now, can I observe and say there's definite hypocrisy happening? Absolutely. Every single race can be proud of their race except white people.
Right.
All right? That's a reality, and that's a truth.
Or the fact that no other race can be, talked about or discussed except, or condemned except the white race.
Yeah. I mean, that's a reality right now.
Yeah.
And anybody who's denying that reality is doing so for political positioning. But I don't agree with it from any standpoint. I think it's fucking insane. I think it's insane that in 2022 we're arguing about motherfucking skin pigment.
Right.
That is ridiculous. And by the way, I don't want to run around and say, "Oh, fucking proud to be white, motherfucker." I'm proud to be me. I'm proud to be who the fuck I am. I don't give a fuck. My color happens to change pretty drastically.
Right.
Like, in the wintertime, I'm pretty fucking white. In the summertime, I'm pretty fucking dark.
Yeah, right.
You know, I've got different races in my blood.
You're a chameleon.
Yeah, like, I'm Sicilian blood. Like, bro, I have fucking multiple races in my blood. To me, you know, and I've also got other races too in there, American Indian and shit like that. Like, these like, people, you are not your race. Like, you just aren't. You're you. You're who the fuck you are.
Yeah.
And, like, dude, we need to quit pointing the finger of this, like, divisive nature, and whether it's true or not true. And do I think there's definitely a double standard? Of course there is, and everybody fucking knows it. But at the same time, I don't think that arguing back and forth about race is a productive conversation by any means. It's just not. It's just not. You know, I think we should handle it issue by issue by issue. For example, like, this is where race would be appropriate to talk about. A lot of the black communities in this country have been abandoned by the people that they vote for. They typically vote Democrat. We have to start to begin to ask ourselves who the real racists are if they come into your neighborhood every single 4 years and say, hey, we're going to fix shit. And then they go away, and then they make things harder on those communities intentionally, so that they can come back in another 4 years and keep the vote.
They make the next promises on the shit they've already fucked up.
Correct. And they fuck it up intentionally. So, to me, that's where the real racism lies. And that's a real discussion.
Yeah.
But people don't want to have that discussion. And people don't want to point out that, you know, these politicians that we've elected, per se, okay, allegedly elected, people don't want to talk about who's really doing what and who really stands for what. They just don't.
Yeah.
You know, they want to still vote the way they've always voted because they lack the awareness or the humility to admit that, hey, maybe I'm misinformed.
Yeah.
Or maybe I don't understand what's going on. Maybe you shouldn't just listen to people when they feed you full of shit. I mean, that's just what I'm saying.
Yeah.
You know, so we have to start looking at things. Like, we have to be real. Like, are the black communities getting better or are they getting worse? And who are they voting for? And who they have been voting for? There's a very definitive answer to that question.
Common denominator.
Hold on. There's an undeniably definitive answer to that. And if you continue to vote that way, knowing that your life has gotten worse, that makes you not very smart. Because gas is ridiculous. Food prices are ridiculous. Your life, no matter what you say on Instagram or you got people having these big voices, your life is harder right now than it was 2 years ago. And that is an undeniable statistical reality.
About 15% harder.
Okay.
On average.
So until we're able to look at the actual statistical realities and then change our minds about who we affiliate and associate with, nothing will ever change. And that's if they don't legitimately control the election process the way that a lot of us believe they do. So, at the end of the day, I love Kanye, and I love Candace Owens too. I've met her in person. I talk to her occasionally. She's a wonderful human being.
Yeah.
A lot of people hate her because she says the truth. But maybe if we had more people that said the truth instead of said what they're supposed to say, we all wouldn't be in this scenario.
Yeah.
And so I don't have to agree with everything that Candace says or that